As promised, straight in with video number 2 on estate pipes. Now, I went and spoiled myself. I really did spoil myself. I bought myself this. And it is a 99S Peterson's gold spigot. Now, I'm not a bling kind of guy. I don't like flash, and I'm traditionally Irish in the sense that I dislike pretension. I dislike pretension in design. I dislike pretension in art. I dislike pretension in culture. I dislike pretension in intellect. It is false, and it diverts us from the true essence of meaning and depth of things. So I don't like pretension, and I really fucking hate it, and I'm very anti-pretension, and I don't like people who do pretension in any way. I don't like bling cars, and I don't care if you've got 3 million in the bank. You know, you buy a classical Morgan, you don't buy a fucking Porsche. I mean, you buy a Porsche to race on a racetrack. You know, you buy, a £2 million Porsche, by all means, if it's a classic £2 million Porsche. You don't buy a bling Porsche, So I'm not a bling guy. I really am not a bling guy. But I wanted, a definitive Peterson's pipe. I wanted to walk into gentlemen smoking clubs in London, Amsterdam, or Ireland and say, this is it. This is the pipe. And so I paid €150, including post, for that. Now, that would cost me in Dublin, that would cost me about 550, 600 euros in their shop. And I had a few problems with it. And this is really at the essence of estates. The fitting was quite bad here on the spigot system. The previous owner obviously didn't clean it very well, so it was particularly difficult. Now, as a result of that difficult to fit the spigot system, there was excessive pressure put on the gold band. And that meant that as soon as I got it in the post, it came off. The gold spigot came off. Now, I had to glue it back on, and I had to scrape out the old glue, and I scraped it with a very sharp knife, and that actually made some weakness on one of the rims, the top rim here, and so there's a little crack. So I've glued it back, and there's a little crack. Now, the point is, it's a learning lesson. Gold is an expensive quantity these days, in particular. So I learned, be very careful working with 9-carat gold from Peterson's, with sharp scalpels. Be very careful repairing it. However, I have repaired it very, very well. It does smell a little bit of glue, but it's getting better. And I have this wonderful pipe. Now, I didn't actually do any salt treatment on this because it's really quite good in taste as it is, and I'm smoking Revor's Goates, Revor plug, Goates Hogarth's classic English Kendall style plug, and it suits that perfectly because actually it had that aroma already. What I often do when I receive an estate pipe is I put in a little bit of a fairly neutral, mildish tobacco, like a mild Virginia shag. I smoke just a few puffs of it to see what the flavour of the pipe itself, as dirty as it is, after some cleaning, to see what it is, how bad it is. Does it really need the salt and alcohol treatment? So actually, I've rubbed it out with some Q-tips, with some salt and alcohol, with some alcohol dipped on the Q-tip, but no salt and alcohol treatment, no salt in the bowl with whiskey or rum put in it. So, and it's fine. So it's really good. So it's got this classic English Lakeland floral flavour already there. Seems to me the previous owner was smoking something like a Samuel Goate or Goate Hogarth or Mellow Virginia, something very Lakeland-ish. So it fits fine, and I get myself a wonderful bling bling pipe. Now, it's just as comfortable as hell. It's a little bit unfortunate that in the repair, I cracked the edge a little bit, but it's all fine. You know, that's estates. You know, I'm not going to spend, you know, €500 or €600 in Peterson's in Dublin for a gold spigot. They are hard to break in, Peterson's, so the work has been done for me. And actually, the fact that the join was quite bad originally meant the previous owner probably didn't smoke it too much. Also, with the fact that, you know, it was this precious gold spigot and he knew how much it was worth, he was probably nervous about smoking it. So as a result, you know, the pipe actually, which comes from 1981, hasn't been smoked that well. So I have had quite a good experience of estate pipes of late, and I think the point here is it's practice, it's trial and error. You pick up the skills as it goes along, but there are bargains to be had, and in particular, if you're on a budget, there are bargains to be had with estate pipes, because they can go for dirt cheap. But there's a wonderful joy of finding it on a marketplace as opposed to eBay. It's easy to go on eBay, but there's this wonderful pleasure of strolling along, seeing a pipe on a stall that isn't chewed to pieces, that looks like it might come around, and, you know, the guy says €2 and you got 170 on you, and you say, here, I got 170, and it's great, you know. Equally, you know, you can get a bling pipe that, you know, if you wanted to remain non-divorced, you can actually purchase without, you know, having to hide your credit card bills from your wife, you know, because she would freak out, and quite rightly so. But, you know, I've got my bling bling pipe, and it smokes great. So there you go. That's my thing on estates. I hope you enjoy this insight, and I'm probably going to smoke one of those now. I think I'm going to try this one right now, and, you know, it's a classic. I've salt treated it again, and we'll see how it goes. The main thing with estates, I will end with this, is salt and alcohol treatment isn't everything. It will achieve a good clean, but it is not as if you do the salt alcohol treatment and it's going to be sweet. You have to smoke, as I've said before in a forum, you have to smoke the ghost out. There's a lot of shit on there. A lot of smokers, pipe smokers, do smoke a lot of pretty bad aromatics and pretty bad quality tobaccos over the years, and, you know, the pipes are pretty rough. Salt and alcohol treatment will only do so much. The other thing you just have to do is just persevere and just keep smoking her, keep cleaning her with Q-tips and alcohol, a nice whiskey, a nice rum, and she will get there. And as I said before, if you don't drink, and if you're anti-alcohol for religious or other reasons, you know, use something like Coca-Cola, find an alternative, possibly something like tea, you know, could work. I could see that working. So, but, you know, just persevere, and it will come. You will get there. Just smoke that ghost out. Okay, there's the estate update. I hope you enjoy that. I'm having a great time discovering estates for a couple of dollars, and I shall pick up a few more. I hope you do too, and let's see a couple of YouTube videos from my fellow pipe smokers with their fantastic estate bargains. It's credit crisis. Let's get out there and buy pipes in markets. Bye for now.